We talked about the redemption arc of Sam Darnold earlier, and we're kind of seeing that with Justin Fields too, although kind of on a lesser scale. It's all happened at once for Fields. But another redemption arc we're having is out of Malik Willis in Green Bay. The Packers went out and defeated the Tennessee Titans, and that's not the best competition, sure. But when Jordan Love went down in week 1, a lot of people were really concerned for the Packers because this is the guy that you just paid all this money, and he was second in the league in passing touchdowns last year. So what are you going to do without your now franchise quarterback is what most people believe he is, and I agree with that statement. But Malik Willis has come in, and he's done very well. And this is another guy who we kind of saw as a draft bust, but he's proven them wrong now. And I don't know how sustainable it is. Obviously, when Jordan Love comes back, he will be the starter. But much like Andy Dalton, who we also talked about earlier, I think that this is going to allow teams to see that, hey, Malik Willis does have some talent. Let's bring him in as a high-end backup as opposed to him kind of being on a downward trajectory out of the league. This is really going to help out his career in the long run and keep him on teams. And teams are going to be more willing to give him a chance because Malik is playing great right now and keeping the Packers in contention. I believe I said when Love got hurt that the Packers, I believe, would be fine ultimately, and that they would still make the playoffs and be a very good team because there's a lot of young talent on this roster. That wide receiver core, we've seen Jaden Reed kind of take the reins now, but there's a lot of talented young wide receivers on that team. So the quarterback's going to be able to pick and choose who he's throwing that ball to. And, just in general, there's a lot of talent on this team, and it would have been surprising to me to see them truly falter without Jordan Love. But it's still kind of been surprising that they've done really well under Malik Willis. Not as shocking because I thought they would still make the playoffs, but I thought they could maybe lose a couple games while they were still waiting on Love. And now I think it's going to be good for Jordan Love as well because you're able to let him not rush back because you're doing solid with Malik Willis under center, so you don't have to rush Love back from his injury and then get him re-injured. You allow him all the time to rehabilitate. If you enjoyed this video, it would be great if you could find it in you to like, subscribe, maybe check out the full podcast on Spotify, follow us on there, follow us on Instagram. I know realistically this podcast isn't going to go anywhere ultimately, whether it's via the segments on YouTube or the entire podcast itself. But I want to get into the sports broadcasting business. I want to be able to promote thought-provoking discussions about the NBA, and I would love to do it via State of the Association. Thank you if you made it all the way through.